Hallo Leute und herzlich willkommen bei Study German. Welcome to the first episode of the series called Prepare for your B1 exam. In this video, I'm going to tell you the paper pattern of your B1 exam, what books you need to buy, what resources you need to buy, as well as few tips that have helped me to pass my B1 exam with flying colors. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Prarthana and I'm here to improve your German as well as my German. If you like this video, give this video a big fat thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so I have this file right here which has a bunch of papers, question papers and mock tests and few Xerox copies of books and like almost all of the material you will need for your B1 exam. So before that, let's first see what your paper pattern is and for how much marks your B1 exam is. So I'll put a table on the screen. So the first exam you're going to have is your lesson exam, and that is going to be for 65 minutes. The time duration will be for 65 minutes and the number of tiles are 5. The first tile contains richtig oder falsch, or true or false, or we can also say right or wrong. This specific tile will contain 6 questions. The next tile will be in the MCQ format. You're going to have 2 passages and the total number of questions in your second tile will be again 6. The third tile is articles and situation. That is what I like to call it, articles and situations. It basically is that you're going to get a couple of situations and few articles which you see in newspapers, and you have to match which article is for which situation. It's kind of like a match the following type of thing, and you're going to have 7 questions in your third tile. The next tile is yes or no, that is ja oder nein tile, where you will be given again a particular situation. Just for an example, if the students are allowed to go for a night camping, then you're going to have passages of like 4 to 5 or maybe even 6 students, and from that you need to find out if they are actually allowed to go for night camp or not. And your last tile is in the MCQ format again. Here you're going to have only one passage and the number of questions will be 4. The next is your urine exam and it will be for around 40 minutes. If you have observed, the time duration has drastically increased from your A1 and A2 exam. B1 is kind of a lengthy exam, so you need to be prepared mentally as well as physically to give that exam. So your urine exam will be divided into 4 tiles. The first tile is richtig oder falsch, that is right or wrong, or you can also say true or false. You're going to listen to the audio 2 times and the number of questions in this tile is 10. The second tile will be in the MCQ format and the audio will be played only 1 time and the number of questions are 5. The third is richtig oder falsch. Again, the audio will be played 1 time and the number of questions are 7. The last tile is the MCQ format again, where the conversation will be played for 2 times and the number of questions is 8. Your next exam is your Schreiben exam, and your Schreiben exam will again be for around 60 minutes. Your Schreiben exam is divided into 3 tiles. First and third tile is email, so you have 2 options, 2 chances to get really good marks, so make sure you're doing your emails really nicely, correctly. The next style is what I like to call deine Meinung. It's basically you're going to get a topic and you're going to get an opinion of some other person. You basically have to put your opinion based on that topic as well as that opinion which will be provided to you. And your last exam is your Sprechen exam, obviously, which is going to be for 15 to 20 minutes. So again, your Sprechen exam is divided into 3 tiles. Your first tile is plan a get together. So just like you did in your A2 exam, where you and your partner gets 2 types of timetable and you have to plan one timing to meet for some get together or to organize a party or to decide regarding something. It's kind of same, but you're not going to get timetable. You have to say the timing, you have to say where you're going to go, you have to say what you're going to see, you have to say where you're going to meet and all the activities you're going to carry out on that particular get together. So basically you have to tell all those things and not just timing, which you used to do in your A2 exam. The next style is speak on theme. So you will be provided one topic just like it was in your A2 exam, but here you actually have to speak for a longer duration, as well as they will provide you few points which you need to cover. For example, you need to start a topic with 2 or 3 lines, then you have to tell your experience regarding that topic, then what are the positive points, what are the negative points, and then you have to basically conclude your topic. So it's a very lengthy procedure in your B1, so you need to start speaking in German more and more now. I will suggest that start from day 1, speak a little bit and then keep on adding sentences and keep on increasing your time duration of your speaking. And the last style is ask questions on that theme. So basically on what theme your partner has just spoken, you have to ask a question to your partner. So you have to listen what he or she is saying, and based on whatever they have said, you have to ask a question. And also you have to share your own opinion on his or her theme. That was all of your paper pattern. The passing percentage for each exam is
60.
If you fail in any one exam, that is fine. You can give that particular exam next time. Unlike in A1 or A2, if you fail in any one of the exam, you have to give all of the exams again. No, it's not like that. Okay, now talking about books and resources, let's open this bad boy. So basically I went with 3 books for B1. I know it's a lot, but B1 is really a lot. It's like a very high level than A2. It's what I feel, because the passages are too long. The amount of time you have to speak in your expression exam is very long. So I wanted to be well prepared, and I wanted to clear all my exams in one shot, and that's why I think I went a little overboard. But if you're like me, you can surely buy everything, or if you want, you can buy any 1 or 2 of the books, and that will be fine. So the first book I want to talk about is Zertifikat B1 Neu. It is a printout. It is a Xerox copy, actually not a printout, Xerox copy. So coming back to the topic, the first book is Zertifikat B1 Neu. I would suggest that you have started preparing for your B1 exam, start with this book. I have not bought any textbook for B1. All the books here contains numerous amount of papers, and that's because I felt like my vocabulary for A1 and A2, whatever I did for A1 and A2 was kind of sufficient enough for my B1, and I did a few vocabularies which was in the text of my Lesen, Joran and all of that. So I fulfilled all the vocabulary part through all the papers. So instead of doing chapter wise vocabulary in B1, I did paper wise vocabulary. This book has 15 papers, so even if you buy just one book, it's quite sufficient. You're going to be able to solve 15 papers for B1. So if you don't want to buy all of the books I'm mentioning here, that's fine. You can just buy this one book. Remember, its name is Zertifikat B1 Neu. The vocabulary here is really good. The print is really good. The way they have set the paper is really good, and this book helped me a lot during B1. I swear, all the topics, especially for expression, yes, all the topics from this book were in my B1 exam, because I asked few of the students there what topic they got for their expression exam, and most of the topics they got were in this book. So the next book I would like to talk about is Fit für Zertifikat B1. Again, this is an exam book. It's not a textbook, but it contains exam as well as few exercises related to few tiles in your exam. So they will give you similar exercises or similar tiles for extra practice. I actually used this book for Joran and Lesen. Expression, mostly all the topics were covered in the first book I just showed you. I didn't go with Schreiben. I didn't like the Schreiben part of this book that much. It was quite confusing, and whenever any book leads me to confusion, I just stop right there before I start hating that part, and I stop preparing for it altogether. So if you're buying this book, I would suggest that go slow when it comes to Schreiben, understand what they are saying, read every single thing, and then go for Schreiben. It's quite confusing here because the exercises are a little different, so I didn't do much of Schreiben from this book, but yeah, rest of the things I really did from this book. Again, the link will be in the description box. Finally, the third book is mit ERFOLG zum Goethe Zertifikat B1. I have like bunch of model test papers here, and I checked it, and it's from mit ERFOLG zum Goethe Zertifikat B1. So basically all the papers, separate papers I have. So again, I got 4 model tests, which is basically how many papers even that book has, because I have the same book for A2, and even there I got 4 model papers. So I'm assuming these model papers are from that book only. And the last, you're going to get 4 question papers on the Goethe website. All the links will be in the description box again. So after you have solved all of the papers, you're very confident with the vocabulary, you're confident with your speaking skills, then go for those 4 papers. Try to solve your paper within time. So we are on the last stage of our video, that is, I'm going to share few tips which help me to at least start preparing for my B1 exam, and basically like a guideline for my B1 exam preparation. So the first tip, I actually have my book right here, so that's why I'm looking down. So the first tip is solve as many papers. Duh, I just gave you all the names of the books which had numerous papers. So make sure you buy at least one of the book, or if you get a PDF copy of those books online, then at least just go through one book and solve as many papers as you can from that book, as well as the papers from Goethe website. Trust me, you don't really have to buy any type of textbook for B1. Paper solving is so sufficient. Next is by heart vocabulary from papers. So whatever papers you're doing, for example, okay, I'm giving paper number 10. So whatever vocabulary I am finding difficult in this lesson, after my paper, what am I going to do is underline all the hard words, find their meaning, and by heart it before I appear for my 11th paper. My third tip is read articles in German language. I will share okay, there's a lot of blog posts, there's a lot of articles you can find online to read. The reason I'm telling you to read few articles, few essays, few topics, even few short stories in German language, mainly articles, is because you will need to talk for a long period of time in your expression exam, and you should know how you should start your essay, or how you should start your speech, and how you should conclude your speech, or how you should conclude that topic. And these all things you find in articles. Okay, next is start preparing for exams right now. Yes, start preparing for exams right now. Today itself, buy one book, and whenever it comes, your first thing will be, you don't have to prepare anything for your first exam, first practice paper, first mock test. Just give the paper, anyway, like just like that, give the paper and see where your position is, where do you stand. That's when you're actually going to realize if you're ready for your B1 exam or no, and how much you have to put efforts to pass B1 exam. Remember, you need 60% in every exam if you want to pass. Next are rules of formal emails. You need to know the rules of the formal emails, what you should write, how you should conclude, where are the punctuations. Next is speak with pointers. So in B1 exam, you're not going to be getting a lot of time to write. Even you're not allowed time, forget time, you're not allowed to write the whole sentence in your rough paper which you're going to get, and then read the entire sentence and make a speech and then read the entire speech in front of your examiners. No, you're not allowed to do that. What you're allowed to do is write pointers. So really small pointers, you have to write those pointers just like you do in your college or school. And you have to practice by just looking at the pointer, framing the entire sentence in your head, and then speaking that sentence. So you need to practice framing your sentences orally. It's going to take a little bit of time at the earlier stage of your preparation, but you will get the grip by the end of the time. Next is, final tip is reading speed. Look for your reading speed. Put a timer every time you're on a new tile in your lesson. That's how you're going to understand at what speed you are, if you want to improve, if you're really good with the reading speed or no. So these were few tips which helped me to at least start preparing for my B1 exam. These were the guidelines my teacher told me, and I just wanted to share those with you, which really helped me for my B1 exam preparation. I hope this video was useful, and if it was, give this video a big fat thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I'll meet you in the next video. Cheers!